I've got an exercise for you, and I call this the vantage point exercise. And it's quite simple, and you can extrapolate it in certain ways if you so choose to, and I'll tell you how to do that. But the simple version of the exercise is to tell me about the last 7 days of your life. And I want you to tell me as if you're a terrible person who you're not proud of, who procrastinates a bunch, isn't very productive, isn't very efficient, is performing poorly. You get the idea, right? Tell me about your last 7 days. Pull out your calendar, let me see it, and tell me about all the ways that you kind of sucked this past week. And then I want you, so that's part of the exercise. The other part of the exercise is, I want you to tell me about the last 7 days and tell me about all the ways you're proud of yourself, all the ways you're performing well, all the impacts you're making on people's lives and in the world, how you're growing, the risks you're taking, the ways you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and the ways that you keep going day in and day out. And I want to, and that's the simple part of the exercise, is just those two things. And then if you want to extrapolate it, you could tell it from a number of different angles to go, tell me about how sad the last week was, or tell me about how joyful the last week was. Or you could tell me about how chaotic the last week was, or how peaceful it was. And so I just want you to think through that and just play with that to notice that you can choose a certain vantage point. And again, of course, there's challenging and difficult things going on in the world, both in your home and across the world. But I want to invite you to choose a vantage point that really is of service to you, that brings joy, peace, and fulfillment into your life more frequently. And just be aware that your vantage point has a massive impact on your life. And I want to invite you to choose a vantage point that brings and creates joy within you.